Oh, maybe now. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me right now. Yes. Hallelujah. So, welcome to my lovely sorry for a bumpy road. Yeah. So, your chef is here and I'm going to yeah, okay. Tell everyone on LinkedIn that we have a sound right now. So, yes. Okay. So, without further bumpy road, I'm going to, and I have two cameras right now. So I'm going to remove one, maybe. Or maybe I will not be removing anything because it will. Anyway, quickly, using GPT for keyword research improvements. So, what we have here in this recipe, think about this. Give me the terms related to SEO without explaining them. If you ask GPT-3 like that, organic search, SERP, keywords, meta tags, on-page SEO, off-page SEO, backlinks, anchor text, internal linking, that are definitely terms related to SEO. But I can go deeper and I can say, give me very little known terms related to SEO without further explanation. Why I'm saying without further explanation, because I don't want him to explain me over and over and over what is this, what is that, and so on and so on and so on. So now we have TF-IDF, orphan pages, log file, rank brain, keyword cannibalization, and so on and so on and so on. And what I can do, I can take this keyword, I can make them a little different, and take a look what's going on next. I'm putting them as a qualifier into SEMrush when the main keyword is, for example, how. Yeah. So how, and here is the list of keywords. And what SEMrush will show me all the questions that I have here in my list, like how to find orphan page on the website, how to fix keyword cannibalization, how to avoid keyword cannibalization, how to find orphan pages. So you see, these keywords are SEO related, but have absolutely no SEO word inside. The recording will be available. What? The same story. We're putting word what, and then we're putting word the everything here the same way. So what is keyword cannibalization? What are on fan pages, and so on and so on. And we can start writing a very insightful content, or we can, of course, ask GPT-3 or GPT-4 to write this for us. Let's go to another example. Give me a list of 10 very little known niches without further explanation. So what we have here, aeroelastically, artistry, geometry, quilting, and so on, and so on, and so on. So what you can see here, it is that I choose ferroquinology. Ferroquinology, and I was for a moment thinking that it's a made up word. It's not. There is something like that. Ferroquinology. Ferroquinology literally means the study of iron horses, and so on and so on and so on. So people who are really into rails and so on and so on. Once again, give me a list of 10 very little known niches without further explanation. So we choose ferroquinology, and then we can go deeper, level deeper. Give me terms related to ferroquinology without explaining them. Rail biking, live stream modeling, semaphore signaling, ballast profiling. No chance that I would ever have these words in my head. So again, I went into SEMrush and I found this is like ultra super deep down niche. What is shy locomotive? What is cut forward design? Is rail biking legal? Rail biking is the coolest way to see, and so on, so on, and so on. So my main keyword was is, and then I put the words from GPT as a qualifier. By the way, this is rail biking. So is rail biking legal? There was one keyword. Of course, I can put here rail biking legality and so on and so on. And ChatGPT 4 will give me an answer on that, if that is legal or not. Let's write this with formatting. Write a long, insightful article answering question. Is rail biking legal? Which will be part of a blog about the ferroquinology. Use H2 and H3 between paragraphs. Yeah, between paragraphs. And what I get here is an article with an HTML code, and this can look like that. I obviously didn't generate everything. Um, so that's how it looks in a nutshell. And obviously, you can go further down the road. There is a way to automate this. You can see here I have a keyword, I have a prompt, write a long, insightful article answering question. You can see this free, I think, here. Can I zoom this? I think it will be zooming. Oh, yeah, it's zooming nicely. Use H2 and H3 between paragraphs. And then the same here. Write a long, insightful article, answering question, what is shy locomotive, which will be part of blog about ferroquinology, and use H2 H3 between paragraphs, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. You will get something like that straight away. You will get an answer into the spreadsheet. And what you can do next, building a knowledge base. Take a look. This is a WordPress plugin called eHook Knowledge Base. And what is really cool about this plugin is the fact that this plugin allowed you to import things with CSV. So this is article importer. It costs like 40 or $80, but you can build a CSV file and by bulk import like 200, 300, 500 articles. And this is how it will look like on the website. So really cool way to scale up. Obviously, it's a bit gray area, but here we are to learn. Kindly zoom your screen. No problem. I can zoom my screen right now. Full screen. Yeah, so you can see this is our thingy. Let's go into optimization with Chat GPT. So if we're talking about optimization, what we have here, we have a prompt which is saying expand blog post title how to improve your personal credit score, and that was generated with GPT-3. It was really nice, really good, really insightful. I said about optimization, so that's great, but how will it affect our SEO? If we will go to SEMrush, we can see how to improve credit score. The volume is 6.6 thousand searches, global volume 24,000 searches, predominantly US, UK, and Canada. So moving forward, you can see that our clear score is, I think it was somewhere on position 15 or something. How to improve your credit score. And we are here. Now, if someone would like to improve that page and their ranking, what we can do, we can do the following thing. We can first take a look how this page looks like. And it's not the nicest, the greatest written page on the planet. So we need to do a couple of things. I like to use Surfer SEO, and I'm doing audit that URL that you saw a second before, and the given keyword, how to improve credit score. And during the optimization process, the Surfer SEO have this lovely function that is showing us a list of kind of semantically relevant words that you would expect to have, mainly because your competitors have. How to improve your credit score. Jason, I think it may be recordable. I hope it's recording, but we had some technical problems. So, yeah. Um, and what you can see here, it is lots of words that are relevant more or less into improving your credit score. Good credit score, credit limits, bank account. Sometimes they even not contain word credit score, but they are very closely relevant. I'm always giving to all my clients example that to look on this is like you would write an article about Second World War, then the words like 1939, 1945, they should appear on this article. If you would write, I don't know, uh, uh, communism fall, then obviously, East Berlin, West Berlin, Soviet Union, these words also, or Iron Curtain, these words would be existing in this article or should exist in this article. So when you have this word, in the next step, it is to you can go back. It was GPT-3 when I was generating this. Now we have GPT-4. How to improve your personal credit score using expand blog post titled "How to Improve Your Personal Credit Score" using following keywords: good credit score, credit files, credit limits, bank accounts, credit accounts. Of course, you cannot go too far, and you cannot go with keywords which are completely from different stories because he may start writing some nonsense. But you can see credit rating, it's already here. Poor credit score. I have this in the prompt and it generated in the article. Missed payments, it's here and it was in the article. Then we have credit accounts. Credit accounts also is in the article. Circle of work, identify keywords and corresponding URL, ideally a batch of keywords and URLs. The second part is audit them in Surfer and define missing NLPs. The next point is generate and review text, and then finally add them into keyword tracker, and the circle is going into the loop, into the loop, into the loop. And this is like never-ending story. Even if you will optimize everything, you can start from scratch from the first batch you optimized a couple of months ago, and it's never-ending story. Obviously, remember that it's still dedicated for people, so obviously you don't want to over-optimize this. Translation. I love translating content. For me, languages, especially some languages, is this last barrier, this last fortress I need to defeat to reach people behind that wall. And I'm thinking especially about languages like Japanese or Indonesian, which are very popular in the country that they belong to or they come from. And people may speak English very well. My friends in Indonesia, they all speak very well English, but there is lots of searches they generating in their own language. Polish, for example, is another language. Relatively big country, and the language only belongs to Poland. German is a bit different. French is a bit different. English is a bit different because that's our languages which belongs which are widely spoken in many countries. But let's move forward. You see, this is a deep L. I don't know how far deep L will go in the perspective of having right now Chat GPT. So the Chat GPT is at the moment killer, and maybe the Deep L even will be obsolete. But for now, Deep L is absolutely powerful translator. And here is what you can see here, an API version of an access for 99 plus $20 or €20 per million characters. When you will buy this account, then you can start scaling this up. You can see that normally you can translate DeepL like that, like copy paste, the same way like Google Translator. But for WordPress, for example, there is a plugin called Translate Press. Translate Press. And the Translate Press is integrating with the API or with API of your WordPress and DeepL. It's a bridge between WordPress and DeepL. And when you will install this, sky's the limit. There is at the moment 31 languages in DeepL that you can translate your content to. And how does it work? Website is sending requests to DeepL, and the DeepL is catching that request and is translating um, into DeepL API. And then we have DeepL returning that requested string. And when people return that back to WordPress, then WordPress will store this in the SQL database. So the next time someone will visit, there is no more the circle of translation through the API. And thanks to that, we are lucky enough to save a lot of money, because it's not like every user is generating that price tag. It's only the first translation and the translation after if the content has changed. And this is my religious website. I have one religious website. I done this intentionally because religious phrases have a tendency to be very popular, and very little people is trying to do an SEO. And here is an article about Moses in English. And here is the same article. I believe it will be probably Chinese, if I am correct, or Japanese. I think it's Chinese. And here is a Polish, which is, and by the way, the adverts, the ads here are very interesting. But here is a Polish version. So I can have one article which will be translated into 30 languages. And that's what I'm doing very often. I can reach people across the world with the same content. Of course, some people will say, like, yeah, but what about the quality? The quality is just almost there. Of course, you can make this more perfect. But to make this more perfect, make this ideal, the cost would be astronomical, especially when you have tens of hundreds or thousands articles. And this is a traffic to that website. Of course, Poland is the dominant one because originally that website was Polish. I have lots of traffic from Germany, Romania, Slovakia, Italy, Greece, Czechia. And normally I would not be able to reach that people because of the fact that they are searching very often that phrases in their own language. So obviously this is just an example, but take a look also on the CTR. CTR is absolutely crazy high. 14%, and we're talking about all the traffic that is from Greece. Out of 25,000 impressions, I got 3,680 clicks. That's a mind blowing CTR. We're not talking here about zero point 0.5 or 1.3. We're talking about 14%. 14%, almost 20%. So almost every fifth person who is typing something that I'm appearing, they are performing. Questions often asked. What about the quality? Like I said, it's almost there. And if you want to be perfect, unfortunately, that small bit to get to the super production will cost you so much. The whole process doesn't make much sense. For clients that doesn't speak English, very often startups are saying like, Lucas, but our product is not in that language, or oh, well, we don't have anyone who speaks Japanese or Spanish or French. It's like, okay, fair enough. If there will be few clients, you do nothing. If there will be plenty of potential clients, you do something. It's the sweet problem you would really like to have, and the sweet problem that will give you ability to scale up. Then you will probably hire somebody who speaks that language. What about the fact that our product service is not yet translated? The fact that people are searching in their own language is not immediately mean that they don't speak English. So they may search in their local language, their own language. They are absolutely fluent English. And whoever today is with us and is bilingual or trilingual probably knows what I'm saying. You're searching often in one language despite the fact that you know other languages. Our staff doesn't speak Turkish, Indonesian, etc. Once again, you will have this problem in the scale. You will find someone who speaks Turkish, Indonesian, or any other language. Content briefing, another thing where you can combine current technology and get them. SEOWind.io. That's our baby. I am proudly co-founder of this tool. And I just wanted to introduce you very quickly. So we have here a keyword called building your brand on LinkedIn. And we have an American flag. So we will be here trying to find a brief our content or brief even the AI with potentially the best things that we find from leading ranking website. What that can be? Additional keywords. As you can see here, we know that universitylinkedin.com surprisingly is a PDF. As you can see, here, the PDF is ranking first, but the second one is verbs, and the verbs is here, and we can see what are the other keywords that verbs is ranking on. Also, what you can see, and this is my favorite function, you can see the whole structure, how the articles ranking position 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 being structurized regarding H2 H3. Optimize your profile for search. Approach LinkedIn like leaving a resume. Use your description to sell yourself. That are the sections exist on article 15 ways to boost your personal brand on LinkedIn. And that article been written on Search Engine Journal and is ranking position 4 on keyword how to on keyword building your brand on LinkedIn. And then we have here Marketing Skills Academy, position 5. So all these headers, H2, H3s, can be a great inspiration either to put this to GPT or to ask your content writer to write something. We have also questions here, questions from Google, from Quora, from Reddit, related to that specific article. And the next thing is you building your brief, you adding elements that you like into that, and you're bringing this kind of cookie recipe, which is for moving forward with writing not just the content, not just long content about, but content which is a very specific, because every header here can be considered as a section. Yeah. So when you will have a time, check SEOWind. You can also generate title tags with GPT-3, GPT-4. You can go into meta descriptions and so on, so on, and so on. So we feel like it's very powerful for briefing. And even in the era of GPT-4, it can bring actually articles which are way better optimized in the first place than if you would start just writing them knowing only one keyword that you want to rank. Point 6, e-commerce SEO tactics to increase traffic and conversion fast. Very briefly, but very sweet, take a look. The gap. What is gap? Gap is one of my favorite way to deal with keywords. Gap means you want to go and say, show me where my competitors are ranking, and I am not yet, but I would really like to. And you can see that this Kendall tools and machinery, which I have here, have a really sweet, big menu. Someone would say like, "Oh my God, this is disaster." No, it's not. Everything is here, and all these links here, or most of them, are really like keywords. But we still can find some areas that they are not ranking, and competitors are. Yeah, and to do this again, SEMrush. and we're going into Kendall tools, and we're saying, show me where Kendall tools is not ranking yet and competitors are. And the sweet, lovely chart is telling us everything. You can see that lovely, sweet blue bubble. That's the Kendall tools. And you can see how much areas is here, 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 everywhere to to make this blue bubble bigger, especially areas where I have mouse right now. That's the area where the purple, the orange, and the pink is ranking together. But my Kendall tool, let's say hypothetically, I want to work on right now to improve is not. So maybe here in this area are some keywords which would be relevant and we are not ranking yet. And there is various scenarios. It can be that we don't have this product, but SEO is showing that we should. Maybe that product are not interesting, so we will not be going into these areas, and so on and so on and so on. I had always this anecdote when I had a client who is dealing with men's clothing, and he showed me four competitors, and one is exceptionally big because these guys were dealing with men's clothing predominantly, but they had lots of stock about female clothes. And because of that, the number of keywords they were ranking like huge. And this is how the export looks like. And you can see that, of course, here are zeros, and zeros are here mainly because our website is not ranking, the website that we are trying to improve. And you see bench sander, pillar drill, fine filter, band sander. I have no clue what these things are, but I know they are important because competitors are ranking on this. And I can send an email to the guys and say like, hey, shouldn't we start with a new category, bench sanders and pillar drills and band sanders? And they can be like, whoa, dude, how do you know that? I will be like, because of the gap. But there is another thing, models as SKUs as keywords. So you see, this is something, bench drill, whatever. It costs 233.99, including VAT. But here we have a model, and that model is super duper important because that model will be searched very often by people who are not want, don't want, they don't want even to read anything. They know what they want. They want to buy DP16 SL. They don't even want to hear that. They know this is bench drill. I'm using this bench drill for like 50 years, but I need a new one. Give me DP16 SL, or I'm launching a new thing. And if you type DP16 SL, obviously you will see lots of things here. But you can see that Kendall actually have it. So the model always goes to the title tag, and the model, if you can, should also go as an SKU of the product. If you type bench drill, there is a various of bench drill. If you type DP16SL, there is that specific one. And if someone is typing DP16SL, then it's way more closer to decision of purchasing than anyone else. And we have here DP16 bench drill. This is taken from the website. You can see that they are really emphasizing on the model, really put lots of effort to expose that model. So you can think that they know that it will work. They know that people are searching this model. Tracking keywords as a performance. And you may say, like, how do I know that? Mainly because I'm using Keyword Hero. This is taken from Keyword Hero, and this screen is showing that thanks to Keyword Hero, of course you have not provided, which is here, but there is plenty of other data that you can right now track properly, like roses. We know that there was one order, $34 order flowers 265 five orders, and so on, so on, and so on. Finally, the last part, snapshot and anti-snapshot, very briefly. This is my baby, which is data studio that I have this for you today. There will be a link. You can install this. You can easily put your own data. And what you can see here, it's the data from Search Console, but much, much deeper view. Much, much deeper view. Only on this screenshot, you can see 14,213 keywords, which you can press right mouse and you can export into your spreadsheet and start doing some other magic. You can sort by, you can filter by queries, by landing pages, by Google property, by countries. You can also see the split of brand, non-brand keywords. So I think it's very powerful. And as a thank you gesture for the fact that you spent some time, once again, apologize for the technical problems at the beginning. That was my fault. Um, we are having this for you today, so feel free to take it. And this is another version, the old version of this. So that was me, Lucas Zelezny. Now we have a bit of time for questions. Feel free to drop me a question. I can see them all. If you have any questions, then I can answer. I can answer the one that we have here. And by the way, bit.ly/one SEO London and bit.ly/two SEO London, that things are here for you. You can take them and you can see there will be lots of stuff that you can download for yourself, including the data studio that I showed. Now, I have here Aldona. If you want to give the AI or article to optimize, is it better to paste the article content into prompt or is it possible to give a link to the article? You need to put article into the prompt. ChatGPT is not a crawler. It cannot crawl internet. And I think Aldona also there is we have we have here uh, we have um, we have here one more thing to mention that I would be refraining from saying that chat AI can optimize article. It can improve here and there, but under a close surveillance of the people. Um, when we implemented, here's another one, Chat GPT in Rob Nice, the strongest feedback from our customer was they finally had a better way to actually put a right prompt in Chat GPT. Yes, yes, which included, yeah, absolutely. I think there is lots of people who prefer to use tools like, for example, um, how you call this, Jasper, because they have prompts already there kind of in that system. Some people, some clients asking me, what's the difference between ChatGPT and Jasper? I'm like always explaining them because they thinking that those are two separate systems, but I can understand that someone who you need to be creative to build a prompt. So would you say, this is another one, would you say still best practice to have an editor clean and edit content that comes out of ChatGPT if you are going to use that content on segment? Would you say still best practice to have an editor clean or edit content? I mean, John, John asked very nice question. I think if you care a little about the content, I think then at least proofreading would be good. I feel like GPT-4 is something that to you don't need to edit more. You don't need to spend too much time to edit. They going out rather almost perfect, but the proofread at least is good. As long as you're not trying to build like a cookbook with 10,000 recipes, then probably you would not have a time to go through each of them and check. Any more questions? Drum roll. Julio, guys, thank you very, very much. Once again, apologize for technical problems. Next one should be much more smooth. Thank you for your time. links up for you. And let's meet on the next in upcoming Friday or the Friday the next. I will let you know. Where do you find best prompts? Ha! This is great. You can go for Google um, prompts marketplace. This is one thing. Um, I will give you this. Google prompts. I don't make mistake. Prompts marketplace. Prompts marketplace. That's a very interesting thing that they selling prompts there. You see, prompts marketplace, and you can find there very good inspiration. But if yeah, John is saying, I found many on Twitter. You can even ask ChatGPT to create some prompts for you. Why not? It's a bit like loopish, but it can work. But it's a little creativity, a little looking what other people are doing. Prompts are the best, the most important part of this whole game. But yeah, I think we are as a human getting better and better. And I would say this is a revolution, industrial revolution, at least 3.0. So, lots of people right now need to very quickly to re-skill themselves, reskill themselves to be a very good operators of this GPT-3 machine, GPT-4, and all the AI that are available on the market. Guys, have a great weekend. Once again, thank you very much. Love you. And that was me, Lucas Zalesny, SEO.London. See you soon somewhere online. Visit my LinkedIn profile. And if you have any questions, drop me a message. Stay safe. Bye.